So something we're going to talk about today is another really misunderstood behavior. It's when the dog tries to stop another dog from moving, whether it just runs in and interrupts them with or pins them, or even just with a look. Commonly misunderstood as the dog trying to dominate the other individual. Remember guys, they've got the cognitive ability of a 18-month-old child. They're not trying to influence others' emotions. They're communicating how they feel. Yes, their actions will have consequences on others' emotions, but that was never their intention. So, movement, stimulant. If the dog is communicating stop moving, it is communicating that it is finding the amount of movement around it too stimulating. So, some really common examples of this might be, on the street, dog run, maybe it's gone from a stalk to a lunge to makes the other dog stop. It's not predatory, it's not going into prey drive or anything like that. Footpath means that dog's going to come towards it. It learned via previous experience that dog's going to keep on coming, so I'm going to make it stop. Lunges, stops it, boom, brilliant. Another one would be when two dogs are playing and the third dog grumpy dog wants them to stop. It's not trying to assert its dominance and say you guys can't play because you're subordinate and all that shite. Imagine being around that all the bloody time. It's like having a fly around your head that you just want to swat. It gets annoying after a while. And if you've got a learned association of two individuals, you might jump to that conclusion really early. Just don't fucking move, mate. You're just really annoying. I know you're annoying, so I don't want you to start in the first place. Or you might just, maybe he doesn't know them, and maybe it just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds like a pressure cooker, and then he just explodes. But that's him communicating how he really feels. Another really common example of this is in the dog park. Maybe the dog is surrounded by lots of dogs and the hyper-aroused dog comes up to him and he's like, fucking hell, mate, you're a lot. You just need to stop moving. We see it happen to puppies quite a lot. Again, so easily misinterpreted as trying to dominate the puppy. Puppies, they're idiots. They're innocent idiots. They move around erratically. They don't have the life skills or the communication skills, and they don't respond appropriately. Other dogs find puppies stressful, just like a lot of adults find kids stressful. And this ain't rocket science. It's just, the puppies cop it a lot because they don't listen. And it's not their fault, but they do cop it a lot because they don't listen. This is where understanding it is so important, because you got to help that dog. That dog is communicating, I'm finding this a lot. Let's give you another example, like in a daycare. That dog that runs around barking at all the dogs, trying to make them all stop moving, isn't trying to assert itself over the other dog. It's going, fuck me dead, this place is mental, and I just need a break from all this shit. But because so many people misunderstand it, that dog gets reprimanded, or the dog just staunching gets reprimanded. These dogs are tense, these dogs are guarded, these dogs actually are in a position where they feel compromised and they're communicating it. Help them. Some in the daycare, I've been told in the past, the other dogs just want to play. There's a massive difference, guys, between want and need. Those two dogs want to play. Yeah, I get that. That's nice. That dog needs it to stop. So need comes before want. Help it. If you notice that your dog is trying to stop the other one moving, then help it. Actually, one last thing. So another example is when dog around the house, maybe it's not playing, maybe it's just always trying to block the doorways. Or maybe it's just always trying to stop the other dog moving. It's because it finds that other dog a pain in the ass. That dog that is an innocent idiot itself, like that puppy, or like that dog that just never really stops. Oh, he's so playful, really nice. But the other dog is literally just surrounded by it all the time and just goes, mate, you just need to stop moving. It's not trying to be an ass. It's not trying to do anything, like I say, other than just go, mate, you need to stop. If that dog that doesn't stop moving is that the movement is driven by stress itself, then we're going to have a problem. Because that dog isn't even choosing to move. That dog is uncomfortable, and its coping mechanism is to start pacing. Then when another dog makes contact with it and makes it stop, you might see a panic attack. You might see it really push back and go, mate, don't try and stop me. I'm struggling myself here. And that's a conflict of interest. But that's when you need a trainer or a behaviorist to come in and work out what is stressing both of those dogs out and what is the root cause of the stress in that household, so that you can resolve that without conflict and without trying to assert your dominance and all that crap, because it won't help, it will just make it worse.